Hi guys! So for this problem, we're going to explore the concept of average a little bit more, except this is a two-step problem, unlike the first problem that you just saw. So in this problem, we're going to represent girls with this purple marker, and we're going to represent boys with this orange marker. So, as I've drawn here, we have 10 girls in this problem, and each of the girls has 3 books. We have 12 boys in this problem, and each of the boys have 2 books. So, like the previous problem, we're going to draw girls. Okay, so there are 10 girls, and each of the girls have 3 books. Now, there are 12 boys, and each of the boys have 2 books. So as you can see by this problem, this represents girls and this represents boys. So altogether, if you add all these numbers together, you get a total of 54 books. Now, like the previous problem, we want to make sure all these squares are equal to find the average. So, when you put boys and girls together, when you find the average of both of them, I'm going to use red. Pretend that it's basically a mixture of these 2 colors. So, because in total you have 10 girls plus 12 boys, which is 22 people in total, you want to draw 22 squares, which should equal this. So, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, pretend these are equal. And so because all of the squares are equal, we want to divide 54 by the amount of squares. So as we did before, the number is around 2.5. So I'm going to say about 2.5. Okay, so it's going to be 2.5 till the end. Okay, so the total is still 54, as you can see. Okay, so that's how you do this problem. So the average of both the girls and the boys is going to be around 2.5. So the difference between this problem and the previous problem that you just did was that you had 2 groups. For the first group in this case is girls, and the second group in this case is boys. You can't add them together because there are more boys than girls. And if, for example, you were only finding the average for girls, you would have 3 books. Or if, for example, you were finding the average number of books for the boys, you would have 2. However, because you want to find the average number of both groups, you have to multiply the number of items the first group has, multiplied by how many people are in the first group, and add that by the number of items the second group has by the number of people in that group. So, in this case, you would have 10 times 3 plus 12 times 2. And then, okay, so in this problem, okay, so in this problem...
Don't worry, we can edit that out. Say it again. I was talking about pointing to that thing, but don't worry about it. Keep going.
Dude, don't do that. Okay. Wait, what was I going to say? Oh yeah, okay. In this type of problem, be careful of one thing. You can't just simply find the average of this number, the number of items in the first group, added by the number of items from the second group, and divided by 2, because in this case, there are more boys than girls. There is usually going to be a different number of people in the second group and in the first group. Although in this case you do get 2.5, which is the average of 3 and 2, usually you won't, because there are more boys, the number of boys will influence the average more. And so the average will be closer to this number rather than this number. So just to reiterate that, do not simply okay? And this is because there you go. See you next time!